It's kind of like that old saying, if it weren't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. I think I got this bobber pretty much done. Got a few little things to do on it. But I want to start on my next project. I have got too many other irons in the fire, and I got to get some of them out of the way before I do that. The original plan was, once I got this all buttoned up, was to start on a little bit bigger project, this GL, and I was going to do something a lot more drastic on this one. However, I've got to get some of the other things out of the way, like I said. Primarily this bad boy. It's a 65 F250 long bed camper special with a 352. It's got the automatic FMX in it. And I need to get this fixed up and either make it run or flip it and get rid of it. It actually was a lot more, there was a lot more to do on it than what I initially thought when I got it. But I got a decent price on it, and so I thought, oh, I'll just get the cosmetics up and running, because it did run, and get the cosmetics squared away. But there's a lot of little issues with it that I hadn't anticipated. Currently, it's got a really weird issue with the starter. So the problem I initially had, it was cranking, but it wasn't getting any fuel, which was kind of out of the blue because it was running fine. But I put the new rebuilt transmission in it. A guy rebuilt it, put it back in, and after I got it all buttoned up, I was cranking it to get it to start on the initial run through, and a few tries in, it just wouldn't turn over. I don't know why. I thought maybe it was the battery. Then I started with the solenoid, and then got down to the starter, replaced the starter, put a new one in it, and even that is not working. And oddly enough, I will hook the battery cables directly to the starter, both old and now the new one, and I get nothing. Not sure why. Did I just buy a bad starter? I don't know, but I can't quite figure that issue out. Like I said, I bypassed the solenoid, went straight to the starter, even bypassed the cable between the solenoid and the starter with battery cables, and still can't seem to get it to crank. It won't spin, it won't turn over, it doesn't even click. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. And then I might have a bad fuel pump as well. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at before I can even dive into the next real motorcycle project that I have on the bench. In addition to that, I had this little inlet. I think it's the return, little elbow that goes in the manifold here from the heater core. So I'm trying to locate one of those currently. They're out of stock at the local parts warehouse. I also have this corroded area on the aluminum radiator. Looks like a cleaner had dripped down on it and corroded all the fins. It doesn't leak, but I'm afraid that it might eventually, so I may end up replacing the radiator. The engine does run pretty well, but it does have some blow by, so it's kind of worn out. Seems to have good power and everything though while I'm running it, and it's not, you know, leaking really bad. It's got a few seeps and stuff on the pan, in spite of a little bit of cinching up that I've done, and possibly a little bit on the valve covers as well. But overall, I'm not displeased with the condition of the motor. It's just I can't seem to get it started up. The other issues that is pretty involved, more involved than I wanted to get into, was the bodywork. There's a lot of these little dinged areas on it, not to mention the little rusted out spots. But these little dinged areas kind of dimpled around on the frame, and I am not exactly sure how I'm gonna work them all out and get it at least clean enough to where I want it. And I'm in the process of smoothing those areas out. The original idea was to, at least my original idea was to make it into like a service station truck from the 60s. I envisioned maybe a logo on the door, some service language on the bed, and stuff like that. Painted rims, that's what I was thinking, with the white, not white wall, but white lettering, and center hubs, and kind of make it look like a racing team support or service station truck from that era. That just seemed like something that would be fun. Tickle my fancy. This is one of the things I gotta get out of the way before I can actually get more serious about the motorcycles, which was the original idea. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be trying to get the carb on the right of the bobber here, get it squared away, and for some reason it's not getting fuel to the cylinder. So like I said, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. If you've been tuning in and you're enjoying what... Nope. If you've been tuning in and you're enjoying what we're doing, then please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next adventure.